Hi, it's Mr. Reisky, and this is a fourth math lab for lesson 4, the lesson called numerics, or more about numerics. Okay, we've got students going on a field trip, and there's these strict directions about how we transport the students. A bus can hold up to 40 students, but a bus must be filled to be used. So if you have 35 students going, you don't get to use a bus. You don't fill the bus. So you have to use what? 3 vans. So if we have 110 students going, okay, we can't just take 3 buses. That would work in real life, but the bus company for some reason has these rules. They must be filled. And so 80 students go on the bus, and the remaining 30 go on how many vans? Well, 30 students, 12 students per van. 12 and 12 make 24. 2 is not enough, so 3 vans. Vans don't need to be filled, but buses do. So how would you find number of students on buses, number of students that go on vans? Actually, students on vans are a little easier. You just say stu modulus 40. You got that? So if we have 110 kids going, okay, and you divide by 40 and get the remainder, that's 30. That's what we said. Those 30 kids are going to go on vans. So you can kind of work backwards now. Odd way to do it, I know, but it's the easiest way to do it too. Just say all of your students minus those students on vans. So minus stu modulus 40. And you might learn something here about order of operations. Will this work? Will the minus happen before the modulus? We know order of operations really well with times and divide coming before addition and subtraction. But we've never thought about order of operations with modulus, let alone modulus itself. Okay? So what happens is modulus has the same precedence, the same order of operations as times and divide. So we don't need parentheses around stu modulus 40. You may have put them there just to be safe, and that's fine. But now you know you don't need those parentheses there. It'll work either way. Okay, let's go ahead and just make sure these guys work. Compile, run. 110 students, 80 on buses, that looks good. 30 on vans, that looks good. 175 students, well, that's 4 times 40, so 160 on buses, remaining 15 on vans. That's good too. Number of buses. Now, this is kind of odd. This is our first time using truncation to our advantage. It was a bad thing back in the average lab, okay? It may have caused us problems. If we didn't put 2.0 there, we'd have lost our 12.5, the 0.5 part of the average of 10 and 15. Remember that? That screwed us up a little bit. We had to put 2.0 there to avoid truncation. That was bad truncation. This time we're going to use truncation in a good way. We're going to say stu divided by 40. And so what's that going to do? If we have 110 kids going, 110 an integer divided by 40 an integer gives us 2. That's how many buses we want. Not 3, but 2. We want the truncation to happen here. So let's make sure that works. And there we go. Okay. I don't think I'm going to do the number of vans right now. Number of vans is not quizzable. It's very tricky. Okay. What students want to do is something like add 1 sometimes to make it work. It's a very tricky one. It's too tricky for a quiz at this stage of our class. You can try it, and indeed I will give you the result, the answer in class how to do it, but I don't want you to worry about it now. If you want to try and do it yourself, try and do it. Let me just say it's pretty easy to get it to work for these 2 examples, but it's very tough on certain examples. What if we put in 120 students here? Then even if you think yours was working, number of vans, that method, it's not going to work for this probably. Okay, so do that. If you think you got it working, try it with 120 and then see if it works, and then you'll know it really does work. Okay, I don't want to do it now. I did it in class for period 3 and 4 today only. Period 1, I don't think I did it in class for them. And period 0 didn't even get this far in class to even start this lab.